Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of The Dive, the Find Me Alpha Overwatch League video series where we catch you up on league news, recap the week's games, and give you all the information you need to know to participate in or enjoy the PMAOWL. I'm the real JLP.
And I'm Van Moondegar.
And we start this week, like every week, with a recap of what's happening around the league. As there's no games to recap this week, we're going to jump straight into news. Van Moondegar, what are our first couple of news items?
First off, the team formerly known as I'm Here So I Won't Get Fired has officially changed their team name to Marshawn Moon. Secondly, we have had our first trade within the league. Buddha Wyatt, formerly of Ex Machina, now plays for Ocean's 11, and Gornan, formerly of Ocean's 11, is now on Ex Machina.
Now, we don't have too much tape on Buddha Wyatt, but do you have any insight as to what this trade might mean for either team?
I tell you, going into it and just kind of looking at it, it seems that Aka Ranger, the captain of Ocean's 11, must really have some kind of insider information trading an established DPS player for a rookie.
Yeah, that could definitely be a possibility. It may also be a composition matchup. I mean, we know that Gornan is pretty well known for playing Pharah. Maybe he wanted a deeper hero pool from his primary DPS or something like that. Could have been anything along those lines. I think we're going to see what the effects of that are with our first week's matchups, the schedule, which we will give you later. The only other piece of news that we have coming out is I wanted to make a brief announcement here that the league is beginning the season and sticking to a strict 15:30 rule for tardiness. So that means that if your team is not in the lobby within the first 15 minutes of your match starting time, your team is going to forfeit the first map. And if they are not around after a half an hour, they're going to forfeit the whole match. So we've been pretty lax about that in seasons past, but this season we are getting started with a strict time adherence schedule, especially for us East Coasters, RIP East Coast, that we're going to try to level out the how late these games are going to go on average and create a cleaner expectation for a running time frame. Van Moondegar, why don't you give us the upcoming match schedule for the week?
So, starting on March 26th, on the Monday, we have our first match between the OSS and Ocean's 11. On Tuesday, we will have Bjorn to Be Wild versus Weeb Nonsense. On Wednesday, we have Ex Machina versus Marshawn Moon. And rounding out the week on Thursday, we have Poultry Pastry versus Drop the Angel Beats. All games will be at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, broadcast on twitch.tv/PMAOWL.
And speaking of PMAOWL, this is going to conclude this week's edition of The Dive. Thank you for joining us here on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for weekly news, as well as our twitch.tv page, twitch.tv/PMAOWL, to watch all of our live games as they're broadcast. For the Find Me Alpha Overwatch League, I'm the real JLP.
And I'm Van Moondegar.
Goodbye, everybody.